In past decades, the US was the global leader in pandemic response. The Bush administration largely set the world agenda in combating the H5N1 or bird flu virus. If we wait for a pandemic to appear, he warned, it will be too late to prepare. President Obama demanded daily briefings from a pandemic response team, then ordered troops into the field to fight the 2014 Ebola epidemic, the first ever deployment of the military in a medical crisis. And he established a pandemic response unit within the National Security Council called the Global Security Team.
It would allow for an all-of-government response in the event of an outbreak, or if a foreign epidemic got to U.S. soil, so that we would have coordination across Homeland Security, our national security, the military, Health and Human Services, CDC, and all the various state health agencies.
Laurie Garrett advised the pandemic response team in both the Obama and Bush administrations.
The pandemic flu plan of 2005. And, look at the size of this thing. This was the first serious attempt to come up with a pandemic plan.
President of the United States.
A plan that the Obama administration built on and presented to a new president in 2016.
And they handed it over together with a demonstration of what would an outbreak look like to try and bring the Trump team up to speed. But almost immediately, the Trump team started cutting everything. And so by the time you hit the FY 2018 budget, most of this whole construct was gone.
The Global Response Team was formally disbanded in sweeping budget cuts imposed by President Trump, which also massively reduced funding of the Centers for Disease Control, actions that in the face of COVID-19 had global as well as national consequences.
The whole world is failing right now. And the nature of the failure, the scale of it may vary from one country to another. But boy, this is the biggest set of mistakes made at a global scale since 1929, and may very well end up being far worse than that.
As the microbe seizes opportunity in the wreckage of the global health team that once set the standard in pandemic response, the nations and cities of the world continue to count the devastating cost. Mike Hanna, Al Jazeera, Washington.